This problem is going to appear to be difficult to most students, but using a calculator and the answer choices, we can make it easy. So we are going to substitute in each one of these choices for x and find out which one of these choices creates a value that is less than 3/2. Well, let's first figure out what is 3/2 as a decimal. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So I have 1.5 on the right, and I want this value to be less than 1.5. The calculator is going to do the work for us from this point forward, as long as we plug it in correctly. So I'm going to start with the fraction, 4 divided by 13. Make sure you have parentheses around it. Now I'm going to substitute in 15/2, and they're being multiplied. So in parentheses, 15 divided by 2. And now I'm going to subtract 2/3. And I want to know, is this value less than 1.5? It is 1.64. This value is not less than 1.5. A does not work. Going on to try 7. So again, parentheses 7 divided by 13, multiplying it times 7, and we need to keep that in parentheses, and now subtracting 2/3. 1.48. 1.48 is less than 1.5. Correct answer is B. Please flip over to the back. You'll have a maximum of 1 minute to complete problem 2 in the same fashion. Please begin. And stop. Let's review the problem together. So independent practice number 2 is just slightly different. We don't have an inequality, we have an equal sign. So let's figure out what is this value as a decimal. Notice there is a negative. The negative can be found on the calculator below the 3. So negative 11 divided by 8 is equivalent to negative 1.375. Again, I could solve this using algebra, but it's going to be easier to use a calculator. So I'm going to start with 1/4. Make sure you're using parentheses. Parentheses 1 divided by 4. Subtract parentheses 13 divided by 24. And we're going to multiply it by x. I'm going to start by substituting negative 3 in for x. So in parentheses, type in negative 3. Keep in mind the negative sign is below the 3. This is not equivalent to negative 1.375. A does not work. Try an option B. Substituting negative 2 in for x. Again, keeping parentheses there. This is not equivalent to negative 1.375. Try positive 2. Incorrect. Substituting positive 3 in for x. There's our answer.